Okay, so we still haven't found the brick.
All of his co-workers were gone.
I know where I want to go
What could it
next.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What was that? Was that just for picking up the bucket? Had to have been. Yeah, that's for the bucket. And we don't need the bucket right now. So we are
When
going
Stanley
to go
came to a
this
set
way.
of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes, I love this lounge.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally
It
to
just looks so
Stanley?
comfy. Look at
Its
this
grace,
couch.
its subtle charm. No. Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker.
Oh, that's ominous.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
But I'm not.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I'm not sure if...
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the
I
wrong
think
foot
the last
here.
collectible is over
I'm not
there
your
or up
enemy,
here.
really,
We're
I'm
gonna go
not.
up here because we haven't seen
realize
this
that
ending
investing your
yet.
trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please.
The adventure
stop
line's
trying
down
to make
there.
every decision by yourself.
Has the adventure line always
I'm
been
not
down
asking
there?
For me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life.
Who are you talking
She's
about,
been
narrator?
waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
I don't remember what the right thing to do is. We'll pick up the phone. Because there's 2 options there.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie.
Ha,
Sorry to keep you
427.
waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh, that's creepy.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
First, let me go over here.
Sorry, but you're in my
gosh.
story now.
That scared me. Forgot about that. Okay. Gosh, I hate mannequins.
This is
I
a very
hate
sad
mannequins.
story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning. Press N on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Please press F.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
That's me.
Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch.
I wish.
Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Please press V.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands.
Dirty sink.
It was wonderful. And each day that he
Oh, hey,
returned
the office
to work
desk is here.
was a
Was this
reminder
always
that
here?
none of it would ever happen to him.
Press V to watch TV.
And so he began to
Oh.
fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to
It's not
realize
the
that
correct
all
time,
of his
by the way.
co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press T to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined
Just
that
guys
he
being
came to
dudes.
2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Press R to prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions.
That was fun.
And
I love that
down
they put
another
the
was a
TM
game
on
with a
there.
Baby.
Yep.
And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Press V to tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be?
Yeah.
Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Press Q to tell your wife you love her.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly
my full
be?
desk. Stanley has a
all
huge
he's doing
desk,
is
now that I
pushing the
think
same
about it.
buttons he
Look at how much
always has.
desk space
Nothing
he
has
has. This is
changed.
insane.
The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he
Fifth
forgets
annual
which life is the real one.
Subcommittee meeting. Press T to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I wonder what... I feel like I have to.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press K to question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button.
Please
And I
die.
tried again. And Stanley pushed a button.
Okay, let me just crouch
And I
down.
tried.
Another, kind of depressing ending. Where's the last collectible? We're gonna find this last collectible, dang it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided
So
to
this
go
time
to the
I'm gonna
meeting
take the
room.
bucket
Perhaps
with
he had
us.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed
because the
over
place
him.
I'm going is an ending that we've already done. But I just want to see
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct
if it goes
way to
the same
meeting
exact
room.
way.
But Stanley had felt the
I
bucket
wanna see what
calling
happens
to
when we
him,
have the bucket.
telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Seriously.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
Oh, yeah, of
Was
course.
this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Thanks, bucket. I do
Well,
kind of love how the bucket.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Okay, I disagree.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
So we are going to.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Is that how he's going to narrate from this point on?
Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him.
I
of
think I
course,
remember
because buckets
something
can't talk.
On
But
the
Stanley chose
board that
not
said
to think about
replace
this
with red
obvious
and
fact.
blue.
He
That
was
makes me think
firmly
of the red
convinced
and
that
blue
the bucket
door.
had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
He's not changing his narration for this. Interesting. It's really interesting that he's not narrating for this.
No, stop. Look there on the
Nope.
wall. You see? There's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless... What if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket?
But I've got the sticker right
Suppose
here.
That would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Ooh, okay, so I kind of... It's silly that it took me this long to realize, but I feel like the bucket... Picking up the bucket takes you to the new content. Oh, yes. Yes, I am ready.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
We're going to answer wrong
Simply
for
that,
every
right?
question.
This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket.
Yes.
Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 2. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Can't.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
No.
Incorrect.
Ha
This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible.
Okay, Mr. Narrator,
Let's just
technically,
move on to
the
next
tractor doesn't till the earth.
one. Is this a bucket?
Yeah. It's a bucket.
Correct. This is a bucket.
What?
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
No.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
What? Wait, what do you mean?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere. Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here.
Oh, dang
Of course
it.
it isn't a bucket.
Da!
We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true.
Everything's a
Unless-
bucket?
Is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
Yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
It's...
Stanley, I can't keep doing this.
You're a bucket.
I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game. And
What?
Okay, here we go.
You can't.
What happened? Is everything gone?
Because everything
Why
is
did everything
buckets.
disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket?
Yeah.
Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I have no idea. How could... Except me. I am not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue. But it
Agreed.
doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game.
That is a problem.
So, tell you what. I'll reset everything, and we'll put back all of the buckets.
Yay!
Okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket.
It's
but
all a
if you run into
bucket.
anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
That was fun.
All of his co-workers were
So,
gone.
since
What could it
taking the
mean?
bucket,
Stanley decided
makes
to
it
go
so
to
I
the
can't
meeting room.
go to-
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
that area, we're gonna not take the bucket with us this time.
When
That's
Stanley
exciting.
came to a set of
That
two
we know
open
that
doors, this was
bucket
not the
can give
correct
us
way to
new
the
stuff.
meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop
Employee
by the employee lounge
lounge.
first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before.
Wee.
Was it this room?
Wee.
A connection between the two? Could a man love a room?
Yes.
I mean, truly, truly, deeply, madly love.
I do.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Yeah. It
But
absolutely is.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
The adventure line's gone
Look,
now.
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
What's up with that?
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten
We almost missed it.
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove
See.
it. Let me prove that
Yes!
I'm on your
Yes!
side. And there it is.
We got
The
it!
last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This
We
is
got
a
it.
real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it.
We did it.
Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Ah, so exciting. So great. So happy. Okay.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
And we're going to do it this time.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped.
No.
And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Oh. Oh. Okay, we can go through the door. I don't remember what this leads to. Oh.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here.
Ooh.
Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. So it's really weirding me out. How do they make it so fuzzy? Wow. Look at it all go. Oh! You got more pretty lights. Cool. Cool. Is that all just gonna collect up at the top there? Well, I should be going.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
no.
just kind of...
Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
This is so messed up.
Please, Stanley. No! Oh, thank God. No. No, no, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore.
So sad.
I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all.
Oh.
Well, this one is yours.
What if I take the bucket? What if... Oh, I got an idea. I've got an idea, everyone.
Is it over?
What if we take the bucket to the escape pod?
I'm going back.
What if we take the bucket to the escape pod, everyone? We're also going to check out the meeting room, because we got to see... we got to see about the collectibles. Why are the balloons gone? Where are the balloons? When the balloons are gone, it makes me think something's wrong. Something's wrong.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines.
Yeah, the
those
figlies.
I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
Honestly, yeah.
Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
That's a weird effect.
Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
Oh, okay.
I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines.
Sure.
Just one more time.
Okay. You got it, buddy. Stanley found the collectibles. Is it down here? I don't remember. Zone Sweet Zone. It has to be down there, right? Yeah, okay.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Can I collect it again? What? What do you mean 7 of 6? Oh, this is neat. I actually really like how it's doing this.
And here was the second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own just by poking around behind the boss's office. You did that, Stanley.
I did that.
I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Yay.
Okay, let's do a little quiz.
Okay.
Which of these rooms was the room you found your
I
third
remember.
mini Stan? Can you remember?
It was the boss's bathroom.
Hey, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
It was here in the boss's bathroom. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them.
That's what happened.
I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Is that true?
Let's see, what came next?
This is not what came next.
Oh yes, we found a figly in this pink room.
What?
Oh, well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
Okay. That's... Yes, the pink apple room, of course.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because
wonder if
this
that
one
stairway's
is
gonna be-
particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the
Really?
occasion. Enjoy.
Ooh. It's so fuzzy. Stop. Heck yeah. Yes, boy.
Takes you back, doesn't it?
It
I
does.
spent a lot of time making that video, but it was
can
8
tell.
minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Wonderful. I gotta try really hard not to fall. Okay. And yes. Here we go.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind,
Probably
perhaps
'cause it happened
because
most
it was
recently.
the one that happened more
Yep,
recently
yep.
than all the others.
We agree.
Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other.
It truly was.
Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
So it looks like this goes to the same place. Yeah, what are we doing now? We've gone back through our memories of collecting them. You are in the present.
And then
Ooh.
there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, Memory Zone.
Oh, okay. Cool. That was fun. I'm glad we got to relive that. That was...
No, I'm not done.
Oh.
I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the Memory Zone again from the opposite direction.
The
See
pass.
how that feels.
Okay, okay. I'm all aboard.
Okay, yes, the room with the
There
red
it
and
is.
blue
Yep.
doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the Memory Zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Okay, let me just pick it up. I think you're starting to go a little overboard on the figures, Mr. Narrator. That's okay.
And
Do we have-
here's where I made that video. Don't you
Yep.
remember the video we watched?
I do. Oh, we got it.
Yes, I love that video.
Me too. Excellent. We are collecting so many collectibles. The pink room. Yep. The pink
Still
room.
don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
It's a very pink room. I'll give him that.
These really were a treat to hunt down.
They
You know,
were.
if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
What happens if I go this way? Oh, there's just nothing here. I wonder if I would have gone that way if he would have just been like, "No, Stanley, that's incorrect. We did not get it from there."
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes,
do.
I remember it too.
I do.
The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
Okay. And here we are, back to
This
the
is
first one.
the very first one we found in
Yes,
the
it
exhibit
is.
where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
What came before this? There was, how do I even... Oh yeah, we were in the museum. That's new. That's right. And the jump circle. Remember the jump circle?
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then. But time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
This is so good.
Oh, yes, the two doors.
Oh, we're going
Who
way
could have
back.
forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
And they go to the... We're back in the office.
And before everything else, there was your office.
Yep, that's... We're really back at the
Is
beginning
there
this
anything
time.
else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
Is he gonna kick us back to the menu?
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness.
What's
And
going
then
on here?
Somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me.
Ooh.
He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction.
Sorry.
But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good.
Oh?
I did enjoy telling his story so very much.
What do you mean?
Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
What do you mean?